Hey kindergarten artists! Today we're going to be using this special material called Model Magic, along with some fun accessories, to create your very own little color mixing monster or alien. So what you're going to start with is take your Model Magic and warm it up in your hands. You got to stretch it out a little bit and squish it around and warm it up. I don't know about you, but sometimes my hands are cold, and if they are, it might take me a little bit longer to get this nice and soft. And when I get it nice and soft, I'm going to break it into 3 relatively even pieces. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 2 of them to the side. I won't need those right away. And I'm going to clear a little space for myself. You're going to be starting to mix some colors today. We're going to use magic markers. And you can choose any 2 colors that you want to start with, okay? They can be any 2 colors that you just wonder what they would mix if you made them. And this is an experimental activity for us today, okay? Any 2 colors that you want. Start with whatever color you think you're going to go with first. And you're going to use that marker as a little rolling pin. And you're just going to push, push, push right across your Model Magic with your marker rolling pin and roll it out. And then on this side, you're going to cover it with marker. I'm going to just cover it up with my blue. Now we're only going to use each marker one time for one of our color mixing projects. So I have to wonder to myself, what do I want to mix with blue? Once I've got my blue on there, I'm going to fold this over, cap my marker so I don't get marker all over my hands, and roll it out again. And put a little bit more blue on it, just so that my color is nice and strong. Model Magic is white, so it's always going to make the color marker a little lighter when we mix it together. Cap my marker, fold it over again, roll it out a 3rd time, and this time I'm going to ask myself, what other color do I want to try mixing with my blue to see what it will make? And there is no wrong answer here. You can be as experimental as you want to. So if you wonder what it would make if you mixed it with pink, then fabulous. Okay, any other color you want. And you're going to repeat the same thing where you're going to cover it once, fold it over, cover it twice. So there I go, folding it over, covering it a 2nd time, nice and thick, really getting a lot of color on there. Cap my marker till it clicks. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to stretch it out and mash it up. I can roll it, I can twist it, and I'm going to keep playing with it until I get some kind of a 3rd color that I hadn't gotten before. Isn't blue, it isn't pink, it's something in between. I think I'm starting to see some tints and shades of what's looking to me like purpley. That's kind of pretty. When I'm happy with that color and I've gotten it all mixed, you could give your color a name. Maybe I'm going to call this one Periwinkle, or I'm going to call it Bluebonnet, whatever you like. You're going to put that one to the side, and you're going to repeat this next procedure, that same procedure, but with 2 new colors. So this time I can't use pink or blue. I'm just going to put those back and shop for 2 new ones, okay? Always make sure that you unshop the 2 that you have so that someone else could choose them. And then you're going to shop for 2 new colors. This time I'm going to try red. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of red right on here. And it's okay if your markers are a little weird or dry, because we're just mixing right into this white material called Model Magic. It's kind of like a clay. All right, I'm going to do a little more red, folding it over and rolling it out always with my cap on my marker when I'm rolling it out so I don't end up with the marker all over my hands. And this time, I'm going to add a color I haven't tried yet. So I'm going to try some yellow. I'm going to add a whole bunch to this side. Yellow all over it. Going to fold it over and add that same color to the other side. All right, and now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stretch and mix and stretch and mix. This was my second piece. I was mixing red and yellow this time. I'm mixing that with a whole lot of white. Mine is ending up kind of this peachy color because red and yellow make orange, and I have a lot of white. So that's making kind of a pinkish peach for me. When I'm happy with my second color, I'm going to put it to the side, and I'm going to repeat that with my third color. But again, since I've already used these two, I'm not going to use them again. And I've already used these two, so I'm not using those again. So I've got all those markers away, and I'm going to try 2 markers that I haven't tried yet. So let's see here. You got to look through and think about what are 2 colors I haven't tried. You can name your colors. You can think about them and their personalities, or what you might paint that color, or what things in the world are really that color. And you can be starting to plan your monster or alien. And it's okay to mix a color you don't like. Sometimes people worry about, what if I don't like the color that it makes? Which is why I'm going to show you this technique for mixing in a third color if you feel ho-hum about the one that you have. So this time I'm going to mix in turquoise and orange. Those are pretty different colors. I might not know what they're going to make yet. And when I discover it, I might or might not like it. So we'll talk about what to do if you don't like the color you made. Rolling it out this last time. All right, and now I'm going to start to blend and mix. And blend and mix. Well, I might discover pretty soon here that orange and turquoise makes kind of a brownish color, greenish brown. And maybe I like it, but maybe I don't. And if you don't, I'll show you an option you have. So I've got kind of a greeny brown here, a little bit minty. And if I'm unhappy with it, once I've got it all mixed, I can roll it out again. And this time, you can add any color you want. And you are going to try making a marbled color. So watch this, kindergartners. I'm going to put all my pink down. And then this time, I'm going to twist it. So I'm going to kind of mush it back together, and I'm going to start to twist and twist and twist and twist. And if at any point you're thinking, I'm not sure I love that color by itself, see if you can make it marbled by twisting. And then I'm going to kind of flatten it out. And maybe I didn't love it when it was just mint green, but maybe now I love it now that it's mint and pink. And what I'm going to do is start to put my body together. So I'm going to start with taking, I think I want my head to be 2 colors. So I'm going to take a little bit of the blue, and I'm going to take a little bit of this peachy pink, and I'm going to just mush them together, just like that. And I'm going to roll it with my hands into a ball, just like that. And if I like this, I can put it aside and have that be the head. It's kind of cool. It has 2 colors. And then I'm going to put together some colors that I think will look really good for the body. I think this would look pretty cool for the body. Maybe I'll even put another color in there too. And I'm going to roll them together. And this is going to be for the body of my monster or my alien. I'm just rolling my colors together. Mixed a lot of colors today. Here's the body of mine. Now mine's looking a little bit like a snowman. That's okay. I'm going to decide, does it need any feet? Does it have any arms or legs? And I'm going to keep using my Model Magic to add features for just another minute. I think I'll give it some legs. Just like that. Maybe I'll even give it 3. Just to be silly and see if it can stand up. He looks like he has enormous rhinoceros feet. That's funny. All right. Now take a look at your little guy that you've been making. And this is where we're going to bring in some of our accessories. You can use a googly eye. Whoop, I'm going to push it in just a little bit, not too far, but I don't want it to fall out. And I could maybe stick in a couple pipe cleaners for antennas or arms. Anything that your heart desires. I think that I'm going to do some arms, just sticking my pipe cleaners right into the side. Maybe if I'm feeling fancy, I could curl my pipe cleaners and try out some fancy antennas. Something just like that. Now at the very end of class, you're going to go ahead and take a piece of paper, and that piece of paper, you're going to let your little creature dry on the windowsill on your piece of paper, and you're going to put your name on your piece of paper so we know whose is whose, and you can stand it right up like how you want it to look while it's drying so that it doesn't get a flat spot on the back. So make sure it's standing up just how you want your sculpture to look, and put it on the windowsill, and it'll be dry by the time you have art again next week. See you soon.